Fabulous, and today I'm going to show you how to make protein brownies. So these protein brownies that I'm about to show you how to make today are super chocolatey and super fudgy and just super delicious in my opinion. Honestly, I think they're like the best like protein brownies like out there, but that's just my opinion. So if you stay tuned today, I'm gonna show you exactly how to make these yummy, delicious protein brownies. Now, if you are new to my channel, my name is Lindsay and this is my YouTube channel. It is Fit and Fabulous and I make videos like this every single week. And my whole goal is to teach women how to lose weight for good and a healthy and sustainable way, so they can have more energy and have more confidence and just feel so good in their skin. And I believe that protein is key, especially when it comes to losing weight. So I like to create delicious, yummy, high protein recipes so you can enjoy some of your favorite foods while losing weight and becoming fit and fabulous. So if you are new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as notifications so you guys never miss a video like this in the future. Plus, if you do like this type of video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And that way I know to make more videos like this in the future. So if you're ready to learn how to make chocolate protein brownies, then let's get started. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to turn on your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So be sure to turn on your oven. And then what you want to do is you want to grab a bowl. So go and grab yourself some sort of mixing bowl. So the very first ingredient we're going to be using is some quick oats. So this is basically going to be like the basis of our protein brownies. So quick oats is good because it doesn't really give it like too much of like a crazy flavor at all. I know sometimes you can make like protein brownies with like chickpeas, which I don't know, I feel like the chickpeas just give it like a really weird flavor in my opinion. But quick oats seem to be like really good. It's just kind of like more of a neutral flavor. So that's why we're gonna be using quick oats, and it does add some really, really good fiber to our brownies. So we're gonna be using 1 cup of the quick oats. So we're just gonna take 1 cup. And we're actually gonna make this into oat flour. So you are gonna need a blender cup for this. We're just gonna be adding our 1 cup of oats into our blender cup, and we're actually gonna blend that, and that's just gonna make oat flour. So of course, all you need is your blender here. So I am gonna be using the Ninja. So this is like the Nutri Ninja. I really like to use it just because it's like, I don't know, kind of high powered. It's just a really good blender. Now, if you guys want to use like more of the Magic Bullet, you totally can. Works basically the same. So yeah, so just put your oats into a cup like this, and then we're just gonna blend them. Okay, so we have our oats, which is basically like oat flour now. So we just need to take the lid off. And then we're actually just gonna add all of our dry ingredients in here and then just like blend it all up first. I mean, if you guys want to take the oat flour and then just put it into the bowl and like put the rest of the dry ingredients in there, you totally can, but I'm just gonna be putting it into the blender today just to kind of make sure it's all mixed up and whatnot, just because I find it's a little bit easier. Next, we're gonna be adding in some cocoa. So we're gonna be adding in 3 tablespoons of cocoa into our oat flour. So this is just regular cocoa. This is like unsweetened, it's not hot chocolate, it's just literally like unsweetened cocoa is all it is. So we have 1 tablespoon in there, we need 2 more. Obviously the cocoa is gonna give it that chocolate flavor. Next, we're gonna have to add in some protein powder. So I do have a couple different like protein options here. So this is just like a vanilla protein powder, and then this is like a flavored like milk chocolate protein powder. Now obviously when you add like the milk chocolate flavor, it's gonna add even more chocolate to it, which is like really, really good. Now the only thing that I've noticed that when I use like the level 1 protein powder, like the milk chocolate flavor or like the German chocolate flavor, it's not quite as sweet after I bake it for some reason. So I don't know if there's like some reason, like when you have the protein powder and then you bake it, like it just doesn't turn out quite as sweet. I'm not really sure what happens to it, but just kind of like a little bit of a heads up. So if you guys do decide to use like the milk chocolate level 1 protein powder for this, you are gonna have to add a little bit more sweetener to it, so FYI. Now the other protein powder that I have here is some LadyBoss Lean. Now this is the vanilla cake flavor protein powder, and this protein powder is definitely a lot sweeter initially, so that's why it works really, really good in this recipe, because again, when you bake it, it does lose a little bit of sweetness, but it still has like the perfect amount of sweetness, if you know what I mean, like after it's done. So in today's recipe, we're gonna be using a half a cup of the LadyBoss lean, and we're just gonna take that and just put that into the blender cup, and then we're just gonna blend that up. Okay, so we have those blended up. Now, if you guys don't wanna like double blend it, like you don't have to, it's not like the end of the world. I just like to double blend it just because it just kind of makes a little bit more of like a finer powder, that's all. So, I don't know, that's just my thing. So you wanna grab your bowl, and we are gonna put our dry mix into there. Next, we're gonna be adding in a little bit of baking soda. So this is just gonna help it rise just like a teeny tiny bit. So in today's recipe, we're just gonna be using 1 teaspoon of the baking soda. Next, we're gonna be adding in a little bit of Swerve. So again, this is gonna add just a little bit more sweetness to our protein brownies. So we're just gonna be using 2 tablespoons in our recipe today. Now, if you do find, like I said, if you have a protein powder that is not so sweet initially, you're probably gonna have to add probably 4 tablespoons. So just kind of like a heads up. Probably just want it just like a little bit sweeter because again, for some reason, like when you bake these protein brownies or when you just like bake with protein in general, it just kind of like loses some of its sweetness. So anyways, let's take our 2 tablespoons and then add it into our mix. Next, we're gonna be adding in a little bit of plain Greek yogurt. So this is just some 0% Greek yogurt, just plain. Again, it's just gonna add a little bit more protein and just a little bit of moisture into our brownies today. So in today's recipe, we're gonna be using a 1/4 cup of the plain Greek yogurt. Next, we're gonna be adding in a little bit of all natural peanut butter. So again, this is just like all natural peanut butter. It's literally just like smushed peanuts. You don't want like the fake peanut butter with like the hydrogenated oil or anything. You want like real peanut butter. So the peanut butter in this recipe today is gonna help give it like that fudginess. So kind of like the ooey gooey kind of like deliciousness that you get in like a typical brownie. Plus it's gonna add a little bit more protein as well. So in today's recipe, we're gonna be adding in a 1/4 cup of our all natural peanut butter. And lastly, we're gonna be adding in some unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So this is basically like our liquid for our brownies today. So we're gonna be adding in 3/4 of a cup into our mix today. And then of course you wanna grab a spoon and we are gonna mix that up. Okay, so we have our mix. Next we need to grab a pan. So this is just like an 8x8 like glass pan. And then you wanna grab some parchment paper and then you wanna make sure that it fits. So I usually like to cut my parchment paper so it actually fits in the pan. And then of course what you wanna do is you want to pour your brownie mix into the pan. Okay, so we have our brownie mix in our pan like so. Now if you guys want to, you can take some chocolate chips. So these are just some sugar-free chocolate chips. They're sweetened with stevia and they're really good. They taste like normal chocolate chips. Now if you guys want to take a few and then just kind of sprinkle a few on the top, you can. So I'm just gonna sprinkle about a tablespoon on top. Now what we wanna do is we wanna take our brownie mixture and we just wanna put it into the oven. So we're gonna put it in the oven for at least like 15-20 minutes. So you do wanna check on it when it reaches about 15 minutes just to kind of see what it looks like. But generally it's usually done around like the 20-minute mark, like 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 22 minutes. For me, it's like 20-21 minutes is kind of like the perfect timing. So yeah, so again, you wanna take your brownies and then just put them into the oven. Okay friends, so I literally just took our brownies out of the oven and this is what they look like. Don't they look so delicious? Like they're so good. Okay, so I just cut up the brownies and they look delicious. Like look at how fudgy that is. That is like a super fudgy protein brownie right there and it's so freaking delicious. Like I'm gonna take a bite. It's still warm and it's so good. You guys are gonna love this recipe so much. I know you are. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that recipe today. Again, that is a really easy recipe that you can just whip up if you're looking for something chocolatey and good and fudgy and delicious. It like takes literally like no time at all to like whip that up. Again, if you guys have any questions at all, you can definitely comment down below. I'm always in the comment section. I will comment you back, answer any questions you guys have, like all that fun stuff. Also, if you're looking for any links or anything for anything that you guys see in today's video, you can also also find that in the description box down below. Little description box, you just gotta scroll down, and all the links and everything will be in there. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. All right, love you.